Hola, mi gente. Welcome back to Chapter Chat Podcast by the TV Cave. My name is Stephany, here with my girl Jazz. And we are so excited to talk books with y'all today.
Hey, it's Jazz. I'm definitely ready to talk about this month's reads and recommendations. I know we have our first topic is Native American Heritage Month. Now, I haven't read a lot of books. I have that scheduled to pick up. I started, but I haven't finished The Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Boulay, which is soon to be adapted by President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama's production company for Netflix. So I'll be seated for that. It's focused
Mhm.
it's focused on 18-year-old Donis Fontaine, who's never quite fit in her hometown and on her nearby Ojibwe reservation. She wants to get out. She wants to go off to college, but family tragedy strikes and she's drawn back in. She has to put her future on hold to take care of her mother. Then she meets Jamie, a new recruit on her brother's hockey team, and as she falls for him, she senses that she is hiding something. Then she witnesses a murder, thrusting her into an FBI investigation of a new lethal drug. She goes undercover using her knowledge of Ojibwe traditional medicine to track down the source. But this leads to secrets, old scars, political agendas are all at play, and the death toll keeps growing. And she must learn what it's like to be a strong Ojibwe woman. She she really dives deep here, so I'm looking forward to this book. From what I've read so far, it's a pretty good book. So we'll see what happens.
That definitely sounds interesting. I'm going to add this to my TBR as well. This definitely looks like something I would be interested in. Wow, awesome. Thanks, Jazz. So I hate to admit that I have not read any books about Native Americans or by any Native American authors yet. This is obviously something we will be rectifying in 2026 and forward. However, I do have Love is a War Song by Danica Nava on my TBR. And this is a romance. It's about a Muskogee pop star who runs to her grandmother's ranch after a scandal. While she's there, she has to team up with this guy Lucas, who's the ranch hand, to save her grandmother's ranch. But of course, he despises her and her music, so tensions arise. I'm super excited for this. But please, guys, send me any recs. Send us your recs for books by Native American authors or that have some Native American representation, because definitely we'll be fixing that going forward, guys. But I am really excited about that one, Jazz. It
Yeah, it
seems super
sounds
cute.
good. I think I'll put that on my TBR. I definitely love a enemies to lover trope. So yeah.
Exactly. Ooh, I just love the tension. The potential for tension is just so love it. Give me all the drama. So Jazz, can you believe it? We are almost at the end of 2025.
No.
Cannot believe this. This is crazy. And as we all know, it is the most festive of them all. December has some great holidays and celebrations. And so I think it's just fitting that we have some recs for everyone. I will start, however, because, we can't forget Thanksgiving, can't forget the gobble gobble day. As I call it. So I do have a Thanksgiving rec for you guys. It's No Thank You by Alexandra Warren. And this is a quick novella, slightly spicy. Amir wants to take his friends with benefits relationship with Monroe to the next level by bringing her with him to his family's Thanksgiving. She is hesitant to accept, though, because she has already been to his family's Thanksgivings before 2 years ago on the arm of his uncle. So obviously, she does not want any drama. This is supposed to be some fun little thing, and he's trying to make it a little bit more serious. So definitely lots of reasons for her not to go, but I really enjoyed this novella. Amir is a chef's kiss. He even made my fave book boyfriend list for the year. Even though it was just a novella, he was just so adorable. This is actually my first Alexandra Warren read, and I mean, I can't wait to read more from her. So I'm looking forward to that next year. So if you guys are looking for something quick, spicy, fun with a little bit of Thanksgiving, lots of food, this is definitely sure to hit. Uh, Moving on, we also celebrate the winter solstice in December. So I have a book by Lucy Limon, Holidays Ablaze, which is also a novella. Sophia is a talented chef who plans to spend her holiday in quiet solitude among winter bliss, but her plans are quickly dashed when she comes across Samite, a demon whose business ambitions have fallen apart. With roads impassable due to the weather, Sophia takes Samite in, and there's a little bit more burning in that home and hearth than just the wood in the fireplace, if you know what I mean, guys. It's quick, it's spicy, and it'll definitely get you into the solstice spirit. So that's definitely one to check out. Um, as for Christmas, I mean, one of my favorite authors, Leonor Solis. You guys have heard me talk about her these past couple of months. She has a novella from her Laguna Island series called Under the Mistletoe. And it's basically about two of the town's biggest Grinches, and they are put in charge of organizing the town's yearly holiday celebrations. So, you know, guys, there is going to be trouble, there's going to be tension. Sometimes, though, it is hard to fight the magic of the holidays, and we get our happily ever after. I love Leonor Solis. She's quickly becoming a favorite author of mine, and this is just one of many reasons why I love her. Finally, guys, Jazz, I mean, I don't know if you have seen her or read her, Kayla Gross. She has become my queen of Christmas, and I'm not a fan of Christmas, the holiday per se, but she brings all the vibes in these books. And she has a couple of Christmas novellas and full length books that you guys can't go wrong with. So far, Trick Shot, which is a novella about a woman getting picked up by a handsome man on Christmas Eve when both their flights get canceled, and he takes her home, and he and his roommate slash the love of his life give her a Christmas she is not going to ever forget. That was a very cute, spicy little novella. And X's and O's, which is about a couple of loggers who find a man in the woods during a snowstorm, and they bring him home for the holidays, take care of him, fill his belly, and incidentally awaken his bi side. And there's lots of sexy little holiday times. I have it on audio, and I will tell you guys now, it is not safe for work because it was spicy, but it is so good, and I can't wait for the second book to come out in 2026. And of course, she had to give us two holiday stories this year, both of which are on my TBR. Scrooge for the Holidays, which is a reverse harem Christmas Carol retelling, and it features half angels who are also boyfriends. I bought this on audio already. I'm trying really hard, Jazz, not to listen to it before Christmas time, but I am super, super excited about this. And then she just released a novella, which popped out of nowhere with this one, Stuffed for Coal with Coal, which is a novella about a naughty mall Santa who happens to be the friend of the FMC's dad. This is also made it onto my TBR because spicy. But I really do love Kayla's books. She writes about plus size FMCs and them getting loved up on by these super emotionally well put together men, which, you know, we only find those guys in fiction for the most part. But yeah, guys, those are my recs, Jazz. Don't know if you've read any of those. I would suggest any of those would be fun if you're looking for something.
I have not read those, but I definitely will check some of those out because I'm still on my Christmas reads. I did not find any Thanksgiving reads. I actually forgot about Thanksgiving in the midst of preparing for it, so that's odd. Um, but you know,
Completely understandable.
yeah, they say it's the forgotten holiday in between Halloween and Christmas, so that's on
Definitely
brand.
is.
So I read Elf on the Edge by Alina Jacobs. It's a quirky romance that starts with Misty being at the altar with her fiance Austin. And as Sarah saying their vows, she noticed some hesitation. Her sister starts to cry, and Austin tells her that he can't marry her. He's in love with her sister. He wants to marry her sister, her younger sister. Misty, yes, Misty gets down on her knees and begs him not to leave her, not to do this to her. She spent a good portion of her life helping him build his career as a hockey player, managing him, getting him brand deals, doing
Oh,
everything for him. I wasn't sure if I was going to recommend this book though, because the FMC is such a pushover. It made me want to put it down at times. She ends up actually planning their wedding, and she still manages his hockey career for free while he gaslights her and talks down to her. Her grandmother, however, is very, very funny. Love the grandma. And her sister Lucy, along with her grandma, pushed her to use a dating service to bring a date to the week-long wedding preparations for her sister and her ex. Lucy is 9, so it's kind of weird. They call her a tween, but they allow her into so many adult conversations. It's kind of out of place. Yeah, she's
was
written.
9
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
she's
sorry.
written more like a teenager. So
I don't think that 9 was tween. I thought that was still a child under
yeah,
10.
yeah, it is. So it was kind of weird that the way that they wrote her. They should have just made her a teen. But anyway, she gets drunk and finally calls the line to book her date for wedding week. But what she doesn't know is that the terms that she used were code for murder. So enter Talbot, a hitman who is set on completing the job of killing Austin, her ex. And that's where the story picks up, becomes more interesting, and becomes a funny love story. She does get a backbone, but it's a lot later in the story than I would have liked. And Talbot helped her with that. So I don't know. I enjoyed the end of it, but the beginning was kind of hard to get through because of her being such a pushover and just kind of weak for that man who really didn't give a darn about her.
Yes, yes. I have a book currently sitting on my TBR that I started and I'm just like, I cannot deal with how much of a pushover you are. I definitely struggle with that, so I get that, Jazz. But the rest of the whole plot just sounds wild. Like, Oak
Right,
Grove needs an intervention and not by a 9-year-old. I'm just saying.
exactly. But she does have her best friend as well, so that did help. So yeah,
Okay.
and
I'm,
Talbot,
I'm glad there's someone in her age group.
yeah, and Talbot is hilarious. So that kind of Talbot and Grandma saved the story for me.
We love great side characters.
Yeah. And then Christmas in Spite of You by Casey Mills. It's cute. It's a cute short romance. Noelle quit her job to start her own design business. Now, I will say a lot of times authors, when they want to write about millionaires, they kind of get a bit unrealistic. And I know that it's fiction, but it still needs to be believable. That irked me a little bit, but the love story overshadowed those flaws. She planned to rent out her home on an app called Shared Space, similar to like an Airbnb for the week of Christmas because she plans to go home and she kind of needs the cash. Kenton is a millionaire businessman who wants to meet with Brighton, a business owner that he wants to ink a multi-million dollar deal with, and Brighton lives in Noel's building. Now, when Kenton gets to the apartment, he finds dishes in a sink, and it was odd to him, but he decides maybe someone just left them behind in a hurry. So he decides to clean up the kitchen. Enter Noelle, and she had to cancel her Christmas plans, and they go back and forth about her canceling the reservation. She thought she canceled it, but she actually didn't because she fell asleep while waiting for the confirmation. So the cancellation didn't go through. Canton is there, and they work out a deal where he'll stay and she'll just stay out of his way by staying in her room, which he paid for it, but they end up actually falling in love because he hates Christmas and she's determined to show him the magic of Christmas. So it was a really cute little romance story. And then the next
Uh,
one,
Actually, I started reading this one last year. It was actually really good. I don't know why I didn't finish it. I'm gonna have to go back and finish it.
yeah, I really like them. They're cute. It was so cute. The next one is Falling from Grace, the Starlight Hills romance. It's part of a series. I want to read the entire series. I haven't started this one yet, but it is an enemies to lover trope with fake dating included. Jamie has to convince Grace, a woman he bullied in middle school, to be his fake date at his brother's cabin for the holiday. So I want to see how this plays out. I'm not a fan of bully romance, but I am a fan of enemies to lovers, so I'll see how heavy the bully part is before I chuck it. If it's minimal and it's not too bad, I'll continue reading it because it does seem interesting.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely does. I'm not a fan of bully romance either, but whenever I think of like a bully romance, like something like what this book is like, I immediately think of the Steve Harvey show from the 2000s, from the early 2000s. I don't know if you ever saw that show, but yeah,
Good of
that's
it.
the vibe it gives me.
And that's it for me this month, anyway.
So, our top five before the end of 2025. Jazz, what books are you trying to finish before this year closes out?
The Princess and the PI by Nikki Payne. That's been on my to be read list. I've actually started it. I just haven't finished it yet. And then I have All Sinners Bleed by S.A. Crosby. And I also have a couple of more holiday stories that I'm looking to read. One of them being A Second Chance at Christmas. And I'm also looking at one of our kind. So yeah, those are kind of on my TBR for this year, and hopefully I get those finished.
Awesome, awesome. I definitely have The Princess and the PI as well on my TBR for 2026, actually. So this list for me has been fluctuating since you and I discussed the topic a few weeks ago, because I have finished a few of the ones that I was hoping to. So yay on that, getting that completed. Currently, I'm trying to finish out two of the trilogies that I've been reading that I've absolutely been loving. Elemental Love by Celestine Martin. So the third book, Deja Brew, I'm about maybe 15% through that book. And also the last book in the Brown Sister series by Talia Hibbert, actor A.G. Brown, which I'm about 5% into the book. I know. But that's my physical read. So that one I have less opportunities to read than I do like my ebooks or audiobooks. So that'll probably take me some time, but I'm hopeful that since I've already begun them, I will be able to finish them before end of the year. I've also started Something Tangled, Something True by Juliana Victoria, which I'm also hoping to finish. That is a second chance romance. So I'm excited about finishing up that one. I'm about 20% also in that. And then obviously the two Kayla Grouse books that I mentioned earlier, Scrooge for the Holiday and Stuffed with Coal. I want to listen to that. I've bought the audio for Scrooge for the Holiday already, so I'll finish that one quickly. And Stuffed with Coal is a novella, so I don't think I'll have a problem finishing those. And then there's a toss up for my number five, which is either The Holiday Hookup List by Alexis Daria or You Better Not Pout by Mia Sosa, two authors that I absolutely love. And I'm glad that they came out with some holiday novellas. Alexis Daria has a few already, so I know that this book's going to be great. So I'm really excited about those. Um, Guys, we've got the question of the month, December's question of the month. This is a thing we're going to start, guys. We want to give you guys a question and we want you guys to interact with us on socials, on our comments. Let us know what you think. You know, Jazz and I are already looking forward to 2026 being a great year for the Chapter Chat podcast and for us reading wise. So we want to start doing a joint book challenge for 2026. And we're looking for some challenge recommendations. So what kind of reading challenges do you do? What would you like to see us do? As always, let us know in the comments and in our socials so we can narrow it down. I have a few ideas, some that I personally do. Most of them, you know, alphabet related. So title challenges, author challenges, things like that. But we're open to your feedback and we're open to your ideas, guys. So just let us know in the comments and check with us on socials.
Now we want to talk about our recent works. Now, for me, not much for the TV cave going on right now. A lot of shows are on holiday break, so I've just been doing the recaps for Beyond the Gates and focusing on getting my book done and digging into the vault of unpublished works to polish, and just keeping myself writing so that I don't get blocked. I find if I try to do a little bit a day, that helps with it. Plus, being busy during the holiday season. So, not much going on right now in terms of works for the cave.
Yeah, I have been reading so much this past month. I haven't written a thing for the TV cave, unfortunately. Sorry, boss lady. I have a few days off from work in December, so I do plan on catching up on a couple of reviews and working on what you and I will be looking forward to in the Chapter Chat podcast world for next year. I'm also going to be making a recommendation list of holiday reads. Some of the books that Jazz and I have mentioned in this episode today will be featured as well. But please, guys, send us your faves. I'm going to post it up on Threads. Jazz will do the same on Blue Sky, and we will love to hear your requests. Obviously, give it all to us. Thrillers, romance, everything. We want all of it. So send them to us, guys. And as far as what's up for December, join us next month. Jazz and I are going to be discussing just how far we got in our reading goals. Ugh, spoiler, I won't be meeting mine. But we're going to run down our favorite books of 2025, the books we're looking forward to reading in the new year, and some news that we have just loved to hear. Also, shout out Jazz. We didn't get to discuss it earlier, but the book Savvy Sheldon is out on film form on CW today. It came out. So cannot wait to see that. We love seeing book to TV or movie adaptations. And we love a good plus size character, woman of color. We're loving it. I can't wait to see this, Jazz.
Yeah, I definitely want to check that out. As always, guys, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. Until next time, have a great December.
Ciao, guys.